Hi, guys, and welcome to this episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. Today, we are going to be reacting to Tiwa Savage performance at the Coronation of King Charles III. So, we're going to be talking about what fans are saying. We're going to be talking about our point of view of the performance and where this puts Tiwa Savage in the international scene and lots more. We're also going to be talking about the sponsor of this podcast, Echo.online. So, stay tuned. Hi, Ambassador.
Hello, people. It's your boy Ambassador again doing his thing.
So, have you watched Tiwa Savage's performance for the Coronation?
Yep, I didn't watch it live, but I've watched a couple of YouTube videos and post some things on Facebook.
Yeah. So before we talk about it, let me react. Let me read this post from Zamani's blog. Trending now, Tiwa Savage becomes the first African female artist to perform in front of 18 million people. That's almost the total population of Cameroon. She was named the Queen of Afrobeat, and from today, it is illegal to compare her to any other female artist in Africa. Queens don't compete. This goes ahead to prove that once you have value, nothing can bring you down. You see her nudes, kings see greatness in her. Shame to you if you still have those videos. We all know Shatta has never performed in front of 5K people, and some artists from Pepe Nation have never had a concert abroad. Okay, okay. So, Tiwa Savage, she was initially crowned the Queen of Afrobeat, and she's performing in front of 18 million people. I mean, where do you think this puts Tiwa Savage in the international scene?
So I think she's definitely on a lane of her own. One, Tiwa Savage's consistency is huge. She has been, she was there with the Eniolas and the Kamani, Victoria Kamani, the Kenyan lady, was on the Chocolate City. She was there when the other generation of females came, which had, how do they call these girls? All of these other girls. This girl was Ukorede, what was her name? Dijas, the second wave of Mavens. Yeah. She's there now with even Arya Star. She has even done a song with Arya Star. What I liked about her is she had a beef with this other girl where I think they were quarreling in some hairdressing salon thing. What's this girl's name? I'm just putting her name now. But she's still very consistent. So she's there throughout all the generations and she's fighting to get her place. She has had a lot of crazy scandals over the year, drama with her baby daddy, sex tapes being leaked, mute and all of those things. But she still just stood her ground. I got she even break down crying in one American talk show sometime last year. Just talking about the whole sex tape thing. And to imagine that she's still selected for such a prestigious event, which I think already also has a very political reason to that decision, given that the king is supposed to also be the leader of the Commonwealth, hence they want to involve as many Commonwealth countries and audience as possible. So their choice of artists might also be driven by the fact that which artist is going to be classy, they still bring enough representation to the whole event. Nigeria might or should be the biggest Commonwealth nation, at least representing Africa. So it only makes sense for Tiwa Savage to be selected as a Nigerian. Also, I think her brand is, I want to say universal, but not universal in terms of the word of the world, like known everywhere, but universal in terms of it can be accepted everywhere. So she has those kind of dancing songs, ballad kind of songs, love songs. So she goes everywhere. She just got promoted today from African Bad Girl, that's the name she goes by, to queen of Afrobeats. Also, at a global level, the significance of this performance is, I was looking at some of the faces in the crowd, and just my funny / judging self was just like, this looks like some old racist British faces who might not be very fond of Afrobeat or Africans and their music like that. But today, this music is going to be in their face, and they're going to clap. So it has also exposed Afrobeat to a certain audience. At times, you feel like everybody knows me in the world, everybody knows me in the world. But there's some British millionaire who is on his horse, playing golf, playing polo, listening to the most recent thing he listens to is Elton John. The rest is classical music going backwards. So he's not really concerned with you like that. But on a coronation day like this one, he's going to be there, and he's going to go back home and be like, what is Afrobeat all about? And his children will be like, oh, you're not into Afrobeat, and they'll educate him. And that's one new fan. That's one new, very strong potential investors. Because at times we think those young people shouting in the crowd are the people make the decisions. No, it's those old people in the companies and who are not so much in touch with the culture. But if you get them to be your fan, like I remember I was watching Obi Franklin's one of his interviews, and he was saying how they got their first investment with what was this guy's name, Inyanya, and where he was saying that they went to a bank to get a loan to fund one of his events or something, like push a hit song for distribution. And the lady was like, they don't usually invest on artists. Entertainment is a very shaky, volatile investment ground, so they cannot give a loan with the backing as an artist as the backing. Then she was like, which artist? The guy was like, Iyan, who sang this song. And the woman was like, whoa, I'm such a fan. My kids love you. And that woman actually stood in for them. And then actually, should I say, went above just her job to ensure that they got the loan, and hence Iyan became Iyan. So there are some of those things which we might take it for granted, but I feel like she has broken into a certain particular audience, which might not necessarily be touch with Afrobeat. Afrobeat has been in the world for a while now, but this particular audience might not have been in touch with Afrobeat. So with this performance by Tiwa Savage, it might have exposed Afrobeat to a whole new audience. Plus, I like the fact that she kept it a little bit classy. So Tiwa Savage is not known to be very classy or conservative, but still she wore a good green dress. Although you could see tattoos almost spreading from her hand to the microphone. But I like the fact that she tried to keep it classy. The song, her choice of song, her choice of outfit, her, should I call it, makeup and look was not too loud. It was as plain and classy as possible for a Tiwa Savage, given that she was previously the African bad girl before she became queen of Afrobeat. So I think it's a very good step for Afrobeat as a whole. And I think, strangely enough, it's Nigerians. I saw somebody was saying Nigerians were complaining that people are taking Afrobeat, and I was like, Afrobeat was never a Nigerian thing. It was an African thing. But Nigerian being, should I call it, the leader of most things African, they're taking a lead. But they're not owning it. They're just taking a lead. But we all have a share and stakes when it comes to Afrobeat. Because that thing has gone around. Fela went to Ghana and picked up something on High Life. There was the Makosa influence that came in and here and there. So Arya Star might be going in with a song which she's singing about something which Awilo sang, but Awilo is from Congo. And so that all of those influences, which that's why Afro is an African thing, and Nigerians are taking the lead, and rightfully so.
Yeah, you know, I was hearing you talk about her choice of song, and what came to my mind is like, I feel like her choice of music is a good introduction to those who have never heard Afrobeat before. Like, it's a good first step. It's a good first try. Because there was that classical kind of blend there where they were playing the violin, and yeah, so it was, I think her choice in song is a good first step into Afrobeat for those who have never heard Afrobeat before, those who are not familiar, and who knows, then they can.
And even the outfit and the dancing, because you know there were too many old people in that crowd. If she danced in a way and dressed in a way, some people would have had attacks there and there.
Yeah, and you know,
there would have been that Nigeria sent somebody to go and assassinate the king.
You know, I saw at the end of the video which I watched on Facebook, King Charles spoke to Camilla and Queen
Yeah.
Camilla.
And I can guess.
Yes, he
It
was
was like,
probably like,
Camila,
what's this?
what's
What's
this
this?
music all about? And Camila was like, Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
When we get home, we are going to call what's that princess? The black girl who is married to Prince Harry.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Merkel, yeah. We're going to call her to explain to us what this is all about.
Yeah. And so definitely, I think, like you said, like I totally agree with you. Like Tiwa Savage performing on this stage, this audience has definitely taken Afrobeat to an audience which has never been taken to before. The population, 18 million people, although they were not there before her concert, it's not like they came for her concert, but she was still put in front of that audience and she was
We
still
don't, as
introduced.
Nigeria says, we don't send. They were there before. Tiwa Savage.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, like you've been mentioned, like I think Tiwa Savage has gone through a lot of scandals. She has been through a lot, but the fact that she still keeps her head up and she keeps doing what she's doing, I think in a way she's kind of an inspiration to many young girls out there, because we have young girls who go through similar situations like her and end up taking their lives or feeling like they need to hide from the whole world and stuff. I feel like, yeah, people make mistakes, people go through scandals, people go through this, but like she's definitely an example which shows that no matter what the world throws at you, keep your head high and you keep on going to places. Yeah, I mean, she's performing today in front of 80 million people and in front of the king's coronation, in the during the king's coronation, and this was somebody who went through all of the scandals. So what more of you? I mean, yeah, you could still live your normal life with all the craziness. So I don't know, do you have anything to add, Ambassador, before we talk about our sponsor?
No, not necessarily. I just think, yeah, it's a good segue even towards the whole sponsorship thing, because it's an effort to take Afrobeat to the world. And I think this generation is doing such a good job in taking them, because they say a people's culture is a people's culture is a window to the society. So when the world wants to look at Africa, Afrobeat is a very good channel to communicate who we are and what we are all about, especially this generation. So I think it's a very good job this generation is doing under the leadership of Nigeria when it comes to exporting our culture to the rest of the world.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely giving people a more modern view of what Africa is all about. You know, I bet you there were some people who still, like those parts that you're talking about in the audience, who still had the view of Africa, of jungle and all that. I mean,
No,
yes.
not just jungle, coming to America, beating drums, shouting,
Yeah.
blowing.
Yeah, definitely. So it's definitely giving the world a different modern view of, yeah, what Africa is all about. So let's talk about our sponsor, Online.
Yeah, so still in an attempt to take Afrobeats or the African culture to the world, African music to the world, Online is here to do that. Online is an app and a site which is built by Africans for Africans to ensure that African artists monetize their art. Online has a couple of features. Some are under development, but right now, if you go on Online, you're going to see an ability to create a profile, build your fan base, share and sell your music. So most of the time, the challenge African artists face is they're not able to have a direct link between their music and their fan base, because they are selling on Tidal and iTunes, which are not very common to the typical African. Hence, it's only Africans in the diaspora that can get to support them. But this is not sustainable, because still their core fan base can support them. By support, I mean buy their music and buy their merchandise. Can they really support them? So we often say in the team, the power is in your hand, just with your phone. To create your account, upload your songs, build your fan base, get a couple of followers, so that each time you have any products or songs out, they could be aware, or any events you are performing, they could be aware. There are lots of other features which are under construction on Echo.online, which are like artist booking, organizing events and selling your tickets. All of those things can be used by an independent artist from some small village around Africa, but just with a phone in your hand, the power is in your hand. You can decide what becomes of your career depending on how much effort you put. You can get organic growth because when you sell your songs to 10 people, you take the money, reinvest in your career by reinvesting it on maybe pushing your song more on Echo.online, sponsoring it on some other platform, using your link on Echo.online. All of those things, you grow your fan base. The next time you have 20,000 sales and then you reinvest, hence you get organic growth using Echo.online. I always say, use the example of YouTube. The first to jump on board on YouTube became millionaires just because they could get better customer service, more adapted customer services to their need, and they could also build things in, should I call it, based on the reality of what they needed and what the site had to offer. So if you get on board with Echo.online, you can get in contact directly with the technical team, send direct messages to the customer service, which will attend to you and then help you to grow while they grow. Because if we all grow in this ecosystem, it becomes a better, bigger, and more profitable ecosystem for everybody along the entertainment, especially the music value chain. So right now is the time to jump on Echo.online, familiarize yourself with what it takes to create an account, build your fan base, upload your songs, and then check it quite often to see the changes, because there'll be lots of changes in the next coming days and weeks and months. So you need to be the first to use this service, the first to give feedback on that service, the first to expose your fans to all of these wonderful things. And I bet you could call me on Chakara TV and then share the profitable experience you had. Just jump on Echo.online and you come here to share your story with us.
Yeah, when you're talking, I was just thinking about I move on the road and the bar is playing a song, a Kosi song, and I'm like, okay, where can I get Kosi's song if I want to support Kosi because I really like that song. And then I try to get on Tidal or Spotify and they ask me for credit card. Like the average Cameroonian doesn't buy things online using credit card. The average Cameroonian uses mobile money or Orange money. Those are the financial transactions, the online payment method that the average Cameroonian uses. And this foreign platforms have not felt the need to incorporate them into their systems because their core audience or their core user doesn't have an issue with using the credit cards or the Mastercards or stuff like that. So definitely, if your music is on Echo.online and you promote your music on Echo.online, you tell your fans you can get it, and they go to Echo.online, they can use this mobile money or Orange money and buy your song. So it's definitely a way to go. It's definitely a way to get to the local masses. So yeah. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Chakara TV, hit the notification button, thumbs up to this video, and see you guys next time. Bye, guys.